Now, in interacting with you, I've learned that you're a pretty private person. How do you feel about the fact that your story will now be being read by thousands of people? They're sharing in that story.
It's true, I'm a private person, and I'm not certain how I feel about this. To a certain point, I'm not too excited about it. I like my anonymity, but I'm hoping it helps some people.
Has it been therapeutic for you?
It's been very therapeutic. It enables me to go back and really help solve a lot of my mysteries in my mind.
Okay. So now, today, you have hundreds of relatives in India, even close family, that you go over there and visit, but you can't sit down and have an intimate conversation with them. Everything is through a translator. How do you feel about that?
It's interesting. You're absolutely right. I can't understand, but I truly believe love has no boundaries. I'm learning to love them, and I know that they're my relatives.
So would you say that your story has a happy ending?
Yes, absolutely. My life's not ended. I
Right.
think there's a lot of future to happen, but at this point, my life is extremely happy, yes.
Okay. You haven't learned Tamil, but you've tried. Talk about that.
I've done my best. I know somewhere in my brain the language exists, and one day it will just pop out. But right now, I've tried to learn, but it just doesn't come. It's not coming very easily.
Do you suppose, as a child, you were so focused on forgetting India to be able to adapt to this new country? Do you think that your brain is still in that mode?
I think to a certain I do. I think to a certain extent, I've got this little block psychologically on my brain that it doesn't enable me to overcome that.
Okay. Let's talk about your father in India. Now, when we interviewed you originally, you and then your parents here in the United States, there were things that pointed to the fact, evidence that suggested perhaps he could have been or may have been involved in selling you or your kidnapping to the orphanage. But at the same time, there was equal amount of evidence that suggested he wasn't involved, that you were his favorite child. Have you thought about that, and how do you feel knowing that it's a possibility he was involved?
I understand that there could be a possibility in looking at some of the facts. However, being a father and having children of my own, that's something that I don't want to believe. And really, it doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
My life has become what it is today because of it.
And do you feel the same way about the orphanage owner?
Yes, I have nothing but appreciation for that individual. I think he did good, not only in my case, but in the lives of many children.
Okay, good. I met your mother there in India. She's terrific. Your brother Silvaraj is, talk about what he's doing today in India, sort of his position there in the community.
Sure. My brother Silvaraj, he's done multiple things, but he's a politician now in the local village. He's well known, well respected. And my entire family is definitely in a better situation.
So no struggles? Family does great there?
Oh, heavens no. No, it's difficult. If you are familiar with third world countries, there's always struggles. And
I don't think it's just third world countries.
That's
I think
true.
The point is families everywhere still struggle.
Absolutely. And that's one thing I've learned as I've traveled so many places, and particularly in India, we're all the same. We just speak a different language and eat different foods.
Yeah. In India, when we were there, we noticed out in the village, when you were taking us around, that your picture was hanging outside one of the huts. So even to this day, the relatives still talk about Taj returning. Does that blow your mind?
It does. But how many times do you hear something like this? I think they thought I was dead, and the ability to reconnect again, it is a little bit amazing, not only to me, but even to village people.
And so to this day, it provides a hope or a
Absolutely.
look to the future.
Absolutely.
Great. Update us on your charity, kind of your efforts to help the people in those communities, in those Indian villages.
Christopher and I, we're doing our part to try to give back, particularly those villages, more relationships. I feel it's out of duty. It's something that I need to do. I must do.
Great. And I've seen that work you're doing there, and it's amazing. It's phenomenal, I'll just say.
Thank you.
I know you feel your situation's unique, and your story is unique. I mean, how many people were kidnapped as children and then taken to a country half a world away? And yet at the same time, I think there are countless others out there who are searching for meaning, who are searching for hope, who are looking for answers. One could argue, I guess, that we're all searching for home. What do you have to say for people in that situation?
You know, it's interesting. My life may be different in circumstances, but we all go through the same emotions as a child, as a teenager, as an adult. I think it's very similar. Everybody struggles. Everybody has their own struggle. Mine just happen to be a little bit unique.
Excellent. Well, Taj, as always, it's been a pleasure chatting. Appreciate your time today.
Thank you very much.